So I thought I'd just take a minute to, obviously this is my future self editing this video. I just thought I'd take a minute because as I was editing this, a question came into my head, which is how often should I post videos? So like once a week, twice a week, I don't know. Yeah, how, what do you guys think? So you can either leave a comment in the comment section or let me know another way. If you want to, you don't have to, but it's greatly appreciated. Thank you. And yeah, because I don't know how often I should post. Obviously when I go back to school, that will change, but for now, as it's 2020 and the year of the coronavirus, we have to stay inside, so I guess this will give me something to do. I don't know. So yeah, just let me know if you want to. I don't mind. And also, I will do an updated video of this, of my FAP, and how from August till now, how I've been feeling and like what's happened and that. And yeah, this is a different background because I've moved house, and that's since I filmed the other clips. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy the video. I think that's all I've got to say at the moment. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. And then the next day, Friday was good because I managed, because I had like a little garden bit, like an outside garden bit, but it wasn't outside, it was like, it was an inside garden basically. It was pretty cool. And so I walked basically down the ward and then to that garden place. I managed to do that when I was hooked up to, I had my nasal gastric tube, which goes from your nose all the way to your stomach. Yep. Anyways, I think I had an oxygen, which I didn't realise I had on. I thought it was part of the nasal gastric tube, but that's how unaware I was. What else did I had other stuff. And then all of I had, like, there's 5 different, like, scars or like battle wounds, like, on my stomach. I might insert like pictures and stuff, but I'll insert them at the end if I decide to. Anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, so I have 5, I have like 4 like small ones, and then like a line like down, like near the bottom of my stomach, I guess. That, yeah, sort of. So yeah, they were covered in plasters, and I was like so scared to take the plasters off. Anyway, that's all gonna come later. So yeah, and then I had a catheter, which I'm not gonna talk about, but yeah, probably know what it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that. Well, I won't in this video, but yeah. So on like that Friday I felt great because I basically had this, and I had this like button thing that you could press, and which would be if I was in if I was in pain, I'd press it and it would give me this stuff, and then it would like shut off for 5 minutes. So you could press it as much as you want, but it would only give you the certain amount, like a certain amount of like stuff, and it would like, or there was like no chance that you could press it as much as you want, and it wouldn't give you like, it would know how much that you needed, but you'd only get it like every 5 minutes. So yeah, I had that. It was, and I was on like, I was on, that's it, the night before they put me on a drip which had sodium chloride, salt and glucose in, because I was, after midnight, after 12 a.m. on Thursday the 25th of July 2017. Where did I get 2017 from? 2019. I wasn't allowed to eat or drink. Well, actually, I was allowed to, because I had these two like not energy drinks, but pre-op drinks. They like to call them, like these lemon drinks. I had to drink one at like 7 p.m. the night before, one at 5 a.m. So sort of that didn't really count as like fluids, but yeah. So I was like nil by mouth. So they gave me like fluids. They gave me the drip, and then afterwards I was on that as well. And because I couldn't drink anything. Well, yeah, I don't think I drank anything that day, and it was like so hard, because I managed to walk there and back, and I was also on I was on morphine, which isn't a legal drug but can be used for medicinal purposes, so it can be used in hospitals. So yeah, I was on that, and like I think that was my button press thingy majiggy, because I had major surgery basically, and it was in pain, so that was a must. So yeah, that day I felt great, because I couldn't really feel anything, like I didn't really know I can't even remember, but yeah, I know I walked there because I have photo evidence. Well, I have photo evidence of me sitting on a bench. And I think, I can't remember if it was that day or if it was like Saturday or Sunday that they had to put me like on, or whether it was later, they had to put me on this like potassium drip, because they found out after another blood test that I had, in total I had three blood tests, 5 cannulas and 2 injections. They put me on potassium, like on a potassium drip, which I have to put really slow because apparently it can burn your skin. So I was on that for like 2 days. Because they took so long. I was on it for like 24 hours, because I had like 2 of them, and you have to put them on that slow that they take like 12 hours each. Yes, because they found out that I was low on potassium, like from my blood test. So yeah, and then Saturday and Sunday I really wasn't well, because I was like, when I was trying to so when I was trying to like drink and stuff, I felt like really sick, and I think I threw up at least like 4 times. Because I had the thing coming, and they were basically like draining like the bile from my stomach, like up my nasal gastric tube, and it was coming out into this like bag thing. Sorry, I have a cold and I don't even know. Yeah, it's just starting and it's not great. But yeah, so they were doing that, and and then it was like at a point it wasn't coming up, so I think that's what made me like throw up, because I was like throwing up. It was like so, it was so not great. It wasn't pleasant. Like I was throwing up this like bile stuff, and then yeah, it wasn't great. That happened for like Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, I was really ill, and I was like really pale and stuff, and I couldn't really eat or drink. I don't think I started eating for like 4 days. I don't think I had anything to eat for 4 days. I didn't eat Thursday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday. I think I started eating Monday when I had my NG tube out, which is short for nasogastric tube. I think that was Monday, because we were going to take it out on Sunday, but there was still stuff coming out the tube, and that happened, and so they kept it in, and then when they came around on the doctors do their rounds, and then they came around on Monday morning, and they were just told to take it straight out, and I was so scared because I knew that this tube was going all the way from my nose to my stomach. I could sort of like feel it at the back of my throat. Like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, because I was imagining that it was going to be like horrendous, but it really wasn't like that bad. So yeah, and where was I? So yeah, I was ill, and yeah, so they put me on this sickness stuff, which did help. Not gonna lie, it did help. But then yeah, I was still, and then I just couldn't really eat or drink. Like, I was really scared on Monday to eat or drink, because I was scared that I was gonna throw it back up. But like, I managed to have jelly, and I think I had jelly, and then maybe had one of the meals that they had. Oh yeah, I had sausages and mash. I think I I had Ribena and lots of water and a milkshake, I think. Oh, and I watched loads of movies. That was fun, because they brought like this TV thing round with like loads of DVDs, and it was really fun. Well, watching them was fun. Hospital, not so fun. But yeah, all the nurses and stuff was so nice. And if they ever watch this, I just want to thank them, and all the doctors, consultants, surgeons, for everything they did, because I'm so grateful and so lucky, because they're amazing. And yeah, so anyways, Monday, yeah, I was eating and stuff, and then I think it was Monday that I was told, it was Monday night maybe, I was told that I was doing so well that I would probably be allowed to go home the next day, which was Tuesday, the 29th? No, it was the 30th. 29th? No, it was the 30th, I think. 30th? Whatever that Tuesday was. I was just eating stuff, and I even got McDonald's from this other family that was in there, and they were so nice. Like, if they ever watch this, then please get into contact, because I really want to thank you even more for like what you did, and you like brought me McDonald's. I'm so lucky. And yeah, so I was eating and drinking and stuff, and they were doing, like, from when I had my surgery, or maybe before, it was when I had my surgery till, so from Thursday till Monday, Tuesday, I was having obs every like 4 hours. It was even in like the night I was having my obs taken, and I literally woke up every single time. And I think like a couple of 6 a.m.s I had blood tests, and yeah, so that happened. And what else happened? And then yeah, I think it was Monday I was put on. They took me off like all of the stuff, all of the fluids and the medicine that they were giving me through the IV stuff, and they put me onto like oral paracetamol. And I think they put me on oral paracetamol and oral morphine, just to check that like everything was fine. And yeah, so I was having that. So basically, yeah, I didn't sleep a lot in hospital, but then I didn't really mind because I knew that once I got home I'd sleep a lot better, and it has been a lot better because I've been home like a week yesterday, because it's now the 7th of August, and I'm not sure when this is going to be posted. I don't know. Yeah, but anyways, so yeah. I'll talk about walking. So I had physio on Friday. Yeah, that was the day that I was feeling great, and I had physio. I got up like literally after surgery, after like major surgery, after having surgery like on your back or like your stomach or something. It's so hard to get up. Like, you know you have to do it, but it's like so hard. And it was like so painful that day. And obviously, yeah, I walked to the thing, and then Saturday and Sunday I didn't do much because every time I got up, I felt really faint, and the only thing I was asking to do was either sit back down or lay back down, because I was so scared that I was gonna faint, and I was in pain that I just didn't know what to do. So yeah, I think it was by Sunday, either Saturday or Sunday I got my catheter out. I think it was Saturday. And I was ill, but yeah, and then I got my nasal gastric tube out on Monday. And then those tubes are out, and I still had, and then when they took me off the pressy button thing, I can't remember what it's called, but we're just gonna call it that I have the thing from there. So they put the cannula in there. I took that cannula out, so I only had the cannula that wasn't there. I only had that one in. They kept that one in until basically left, like 2 hours a few hours before. I think it was like 2 p.m. that day, 2 p.m. on the Tuesday that I got it out, which was a relief. But yeah, anyway, so I had like, when I had to get up and walk and stuff, I had all these like tubes and stuff, and I was still, most of the time I was still connected to like the fluids thing that they have, so you have to like basically wheel it around. And I was really bad at steering, let's just say. Well, yeah, I was really bad at steering, but I got better. I did get better. And so obviously I had to get up and go and do what I had to do and stuff. Yep, just leave it there. So yeah, anyway, it was like so hard because after that, I think that was the only physio like session thing I had. Because the weekend I found out that those physio people didn't work, even though I didn't get up at the weekend really. And then Monday I started to get up a lot more because I was sort of like, obviously the whole time I was dealing with my pain, but like it was sort of getting to the point where I knew how to manage it. Like I think it was like, obviously I knew that I had like Thursday and Friday I had to like know how to like properly breathe and just how to like focus on my breathing, because that was what was getting me through. That was literally what was getting me through the pain when it got so bad. And yeah, and then I think it was one of the nights where I was in pain that like music therapy was like what got me through, because I listened to music and I would sort of just like zone out and just focus on the music, and like that was what I did, and it helped a lot. And yeah, but then I found that every time I got up it was like a bit it was a bit easier. I was still in pain, but I did manage it. Like I did manage to get up. Like I never gave up. Don't get me wrong, like I wanted to lay down, and sometimes I just did for like a minute and I just couldn't. But I knew that I had to get up, and my goal was to get home within a week. And I was told before, like, don't be too disheartened if you don't manage to do that. But like I always knew that I wanted to be home within a week, because I didn't know, at least I didn't remember what staying in a hospital was like. And staying in a hospital wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it was not great. So yeah, every time I got up, it got a lot easier. And still, like, getting up now isn't as bad because I don't really feel I don't really feel the pain anymore. Like, usually if I feel pain, I just don't, like, I just sit there and I don't, like, move, and I just breathe through it. And, like, if I'm due, like, medication, then I take the medication just to make sure that I'm on top of the pain and stuff. But, yeah, so it was hard. Like, it was really hard because I basically had to teach myself how to walk and, like, the basics. And I sort of wish I'd got videos from hospital and stuff. But, you know, I don't want to go back and do that all again, because it was pretty hard. And yeah, so yeah, so that was, yeah, it was really hard getting up and walking, but like I did manage to do it. Although, like, sometimes I was pushed around in like this wheelchair thing, but I think that was like Sunday mainly, because I just, like, I couldn't do it because I wasn't really eating and drinking, so I knew I was gonna faint. But I thought I was gonna faint, and then when I was eating and drinking more, I sort of trusted myself more. Yeah, and I sort of knew that I was eating and drinking well, and that there was less chance of me fainting, so I may as well just do it because I wanted to get home and I wanted to get better. So yeah, I think that's most of it. That's most of my journey in hospital.